I mean, that looks pretty good.
Hello, hello.
That looks like a pretty healthy waveform.
Hello? Hello, hello.
I'm all about healthy waveforms.
Hello?
Oh, Mello, what's up?
All right.
I hope that meow recorded so that just don't delete this beginning. You can edit it out later, but don't delete it and then start your podcast anytime you want.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. This is Homie Soul. I'm joined today by...
And the diligent child.
my co-host.
And the diligent child.
At a certain point, you're a co-host, right? I mean,
am I the one that's been on the most other podcasts?
I think you're just a co-host.
Okay, co-host.
You know?
Damn, what an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
It's an honor for me. It's 50-50 now at this point.
All right.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, as your co-host, can I be the first to suggest that first of all, we need to talk about this Frasier episode.
We will.
We need to talk about it.
We need to talk about it in a way that people that didn't see the Frasier episode could still enjoy it.
Like we're gonna ruin it for them or something?
No.
Like we're gonna ruin an
No,
18-year-old episode for
No,
them?
we just can't talk about like nuanced specific things.
What do you mean? Don't we have to get directly to those nuances?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, to enjoy this podcast, grab the DVD. This is going to be season 7, disc 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th episode called RDWRER, which stands for Road Warrior.
Yeah. I like the way they titled that episode because I had no idea what it stood for, and it kind of made you figure it out as you watched the episode. It was very clever about how they revealed that plot. That's actually why I wanted to see it.
Oh, there it is.
Know the title of that episode.
There it is.
Yeah,
I think there was a Family Guy moment like that where
there was
Peter's in the theater.
Oh, it's the movie titles.
Yes.
It's like the movie. He's watching Clear and Present Danger, and he hears the president say, "This is clearly a clear and present danger." And he's like, "Ah!"
Yeah. And
there's like a bunch of movies like that.
Right. What other movie is in that?
So then he watches like Superman 4, The Return of Superman, and then he hears Superman say, "Don't worry, I'll save the day. I'm Superman 4, The Return of Superman," or something like that.
What other movies are in that ilk?
Oh, I just saw one the other night. Saving Private Ryan has the line "Saving Private Ryan" in it.
Okay.
And the line is, I think that maybe, just maybe, Saving Private Ryan might be the only decent thing we bring out of this whole goddamn mess. You know, but it's in there.
Damn, 10 out of 10 for that delivery and memory, sir.
Yeah,
this is why you're my cousin. I wish I had a round of applause button for that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, we need an effects board for sure.
Any others in that ilk?
Dude, there's so many in that ilk. I mean, like the movie Next with Nicolas Cage. I'm sure he says next in that movie.
Get Out.
I'm sure he says the word
where
next.
He said, "Get out, get out." Did you ever see Get Out?
No.
There's a part where the guy says, "Get out."
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. How do you feel about that whole thing where like they make a movie and then they title it?
To be honest, and maybe it shouldn't do this to me, but it always makes me go, like it's like a little bit of a cringe. When I hear the title of the movie in the actual movie, it's a little bit of a cringe. That's how I feel.
Yeah, it makes me think like they made the movie and they didn't have a title for the movie, and then they watched the movie back and they were like,
decided how to title it.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. That's probably what they did. Yeah. Just name it something. I guess this is such a hipster thing of me. I want like obscure titles.
Yeah.
And then try to figure out like why do they choose this title for this movie?
Right.
Like I don't want it to be obvious. But that's a very hipstery thing of me, I guess.
So let's title movies. Let's title movies. So The Matrix. Okay. What would you title Matrix?
All right. So clearly The Matrix is one of this ilk because they say The Matrix.
Well, that's
all
different.
The time.
The movie's about the Matrix. It's not like a phrase of the.
Oh, I know. Descartes' wet dream. That's what I would call it.
Damn, you've been thinking about this. What the
No,
fuck?
I just came up with that.
You were not.
I just came up with
All right,
that.
explain that. That's way too
All
highbrow for me. What the fuck?
right, so Descartes, right?
is
Famous. Descartes is a philosopher. He's famous for I think, therefore I am. He basically is probably, I'm sure people have said it before him, but he like is the first one to really write this idea down that is now it's almost entered pop culture, that we don't know what our real reality is.
Right.
You might be a brain in a vat.
Right.
Or you might be hooked in the Matrix. All you know is that you exist somehow, and everything else, right? The way Descartes wrote it is, there might be a demon deceiving me right now and making me think I live in this world.
Right.
But you know.
So we're doing the Joe Rogan. So we're doing the Joe Rogan thing.
So we're doing the Joe Rogan thing. Dude, look at Mello. What is he doing? What is he doing?
I don't know. He's really
he just
cute.
does that right now.
I haven't.
Is he on catnip?
No, he hasn't.
Have you ever?
Ow!
Oh.
Jesus, I gotta clip his nails.
Have you ever given him catnip before?
I have, but not for a while. I didn't really see much effect, and I gave him very little. But I have like so many bags of catnip. Tonight might be the night.
All right, dude. I'm gonna put my mic near him, and you make him meow.
Okay. Mel, you want to go outside? Mel, do you want to go outside? I'm like, finesse didn't work, so I'm thinking about punching him. What kind of an asshole am I?
Like play with your foot.
It's not gonna happen. All right, Tony.
He's just smelling the mic.
I want to talk about this this challenge I saw today. Mel, you suck at meowing on cue. We got the first one though. So I mean, how much meowing does he have to do? So there's this new you know how like challenges go viral or whatever? Challenges go viral.
Yes.
So there's this new one. It's very new. It's probably a week or two old. And so what they do is they take like 4 or 5 people, family, friends, whatever, and they get a volunteer to like sit on a chair, and somebody puts like a blanket over them and is like, I'm gonna make this person disappear, and then they remove the blanket and everyone acts like the person has disappeared. And then
like, so they get one guy to be who's not in on it.
Right.
Everybody else is in on it.
Yeah. And then what they do is like they take pictures ahead of time with just one person, so when the person sits down with them, they show them the picture like, oh my God, she's not there or whatever.
Oh, they already have the pictures prepared from before.
Yeah.
Damn, that sounds awesome.
I know. But the thing is, they do it on like 8-year-olds and stuff like that.
Really? Because
Yeah.
I was, when you told me, I was imagining.
Well, they do it
adults.
on adults too, but it works the best on kids.
Yeah.
And it's funny because the kids are like thoroughly terrified. Like the kid that disappears is like thoroughly terrified when it happens to them.
Wait. Oh.
Like they're like, Mom, I'm right here.
Oh.
Mom, I'm right here.
I gotcha. I wasn't thinking about it right the first time.
Right.
I thought another actor disappears and there's one guy in the audience that's the only one that can still see them.
No.
But I see what you mean.
Yeah,
the person
they
they
trick
make
the
it think that he disappears. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That sounds great. What's that challenge called?
I don't know. But like the child is like disturbed. Like traumatized.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious.
I'm all for that kind of shit.
Me too. So that's kind of where I was going with it.
I want to be fooled like that.
Yeah.
I want that experience.
Even as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Like you'd be okay with that. X amount of years later.
As an adult,
but like all the comments are like, "Oh, that poor child." Like,
what?
Yeah.
Man, come on. That child will be fine.
That's what I said.
Like what? He's gonna be like what? What's gonna happen?
Like have trust issues because.
Yeah. People are getting soft, man. You can't get this soft.
I know. I hate to do this, but we're going to.
Dude, I can't get enough of this. Like, I've never seen.
I don't know what he's doing. It's like he's broken. What is he doing? I gotta take a picture of him and put him in the middle of the YouTube podcast.
Dude, yeah, this should be your. This should be like the cover. The album cover.
It's like he's broken. It's like he's glitched.
Dude, yeah, glitch in the Matrix. You know how there's like a cat that walks by twice?
I don't want to have the conversation of are we in a simulation because there's no way to prove it either way.
Okay. I don't
Okay,
think
fine. Let's have the conversation.
there's not much interesting stuff you can
Are
say
we in
about
a
it.
simulation?
Um,
Is
I
all
don't-
this fake?
I don't think it. Okay, so my take on it
Let me phrase
is
it real
it
quick.
doesn't matter.
Let me phrase it real quick. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's say for others. So let's say there's a three-dimensional virtual reality video game that's very, very, very realistic. And they just get more and more realistic. So as they advance, you're like, oh, let me live a whole lifetime as Michael Jordan. Let me live a whole lifetime as this person. Maybe this is just a video game. And you're like, oh, let me live this whole lifetime as a Persian growing up in the 90s, 2010s in Denver, Colorado, and see what that existence is like.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I would do. 2010 Denver Persian.
Right.
that'd be my choice.
Because you already did like 2010, like Ukrainian Persian.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
That's yeah.
So you got to switch it up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, dude, but like, I'm gonna have to reply to this whole simulation debate from the Eastern philosophy approach,
Okay.
which is that ultimately all experience falls into the same realm.
Okay.
Experience,
Right.
whatever it is. You can paint as many levels of story to it as you want. It can be infinite layers deep into a simulation, or it could be reality. But in the Eastern philosophical approach, it's still called Maya, illusion,
Uh-huh.
in that it's just experience.
Uh-huh.
It's transient, ultimately emptiness.
Uh-huh.
I don't want that to sound nihilistic,
So
but
nothing
there's no way to
matters.
explain it without sounding nihilistic.
So
But-
it sounded very nihilistic.
Yeah,
So
it's-
nothing
it's-
matters, everyone. It's all nothing. It's all nothing. It
But
comes from
at the
nothing.
same time, everything is beautiful. So it's not nihilist. I feel like nihilism implies that everything is dark and horrible. I
Everything
think
is great.
I would side to everything is beautiful.
What was the Shakespeare quote?
Which one?
We're all just actors acting on a Netflix film or something. I forget.
That's
the
right.
exact
That's
words.
right.
Let me ask Google. Shakespeare quote: "We are all actors playing roles.
Yeah, that was
All the world's a stage." That's what I meant.
all the world's a stage. That's great. That's great.
All the world's a stage. Full quote. I love this.
Don't
quote.
you feel like a character
According
in a
to
stage?
Academy of
1,000
American
times.
Poets,
All the
all
time.
the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages.
At first, the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arms, and it goes on as such.
Right, because there's totally a connection there.
What? Oh wow, this thing's longer than I thought.
All right, look, can I?
Should I read this whole thing?
All right,
It's
read
this
it.
long.
Read it, and then I gotta say something. What is that? Is that a Shakespeare quote?
This is the all the world's a stage.
Yes. Read
I've
it,
only
read it.
heard the first 2 lines. I didn't know it
Read
was.
it. Yeah, read it.
I didn't know. Did you know it was a smaller part of a bigger
No.
thing? Neither
Well,
did
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I had no clue. Okay. This is Shakespeare 1564 through 1616, sometime in between there. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits, their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. His acts being 7 ages. I don't know what that means, but that's interesting. At first, the infant mewling and puking in the nurse's arm, like they have nurses. Then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail, unwilling to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace with woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrows. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the pard, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in herald. I'm actually I associate with these faces. Seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth, and then the justice in fair round belly with good capon lined, with eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. The 6 age shifts into the lean slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. I feel like we're not quite that old. His youthful hose, oh, is that a dick? Well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank.
Now that you said dick, now I'm hearing dick and everything. I know it can't be shrunk shank. Youthful hose into a shrunk shank. What?
Turning again towards childish treble, pipes and whistle in the sound. It's almost done. Last scene of all that ends his strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Damn.
It's like a circle, man.
Back to oblivion.
That reminds me of a Jerry Seinfeld quote where he says, your first... Damn, we're going deep on this pod. This is great. This pod is insane. He's like, your first birthday and your last birthday are the same. They sit you down. They bring the presents to you. These are all your friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I heard a similar bit. I don't remember who it was by. It might have been Tom Segura. I think it was Tom Segura. He said like, or maybe it was Bill Burr. Like it's only acceptable to shit yourself. Yeah. The first 3 years or the last 3 years of your life.
Right.
No other time. But yeah, dude.
Shit.
I actually really liked, for what I understood from the quote you read, I've always had a hard time with Shakespeare. It's very unnatural to me. I have a very hard time. But some of that stuff sounded like it resonated with me. So I gotta like go back to that, I feel like. Yeah. Did it say where that's from? Did it say what play that's from?
It did, yeah. But it was something I didn't recognize. I'm not going to pull it up again.
Okay. All right.
Were you going to say something before I got into that?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to dive in a little bit on Frasier.
As long as we're talking about highbrow philosophy, let's get to the greatest philosopher of all.
Just to come back to where we started, right before we started this podcast, we watched episode whatever of season whatever of Frasier.
Right.
Which is a show we've discussed many times
on this podcast.
And I'm glad that we did this. You know, we were, instead of just going off our, expired memories, we actually tried to
watch an episode of Frasier.
Yeah.
Right.
So the first thing I have to talk about is, it seemed to me like there were some homoerotic overtones to the whole show.
Oh, I didn't catch those.
All right, maybe this is my ignorance of the show. But first of all, who is Nigel? Why does he live with Frasier?
He doesn't. That's his brother. And his name
brothers?
is Niall.
I made the same mistake before, but I still think his name is Nigel. It's Niall.
No, literally the worst with Frasier, bro.
Watching that episode did nothing. It did nothing.
It only somehow furthered your confusion, bro.
Wait, so they're brothers?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, so like they're very similar. No one's gay.
Niall's gay.
No, I think
is there episodes where he hooks up with women?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he loves Daphne. He loves the
Daphne. Did we see Daphne in the
yeah, she's like the
housemaid. The British chick?
Yeah.
She's the maid of the house?
Or whatever, yeah, not the maid, whatever 2018 word is proper for maid.
All right. So, forget the Niles thing. There was another moment of overtones.
Okay.
When and honestly this was my favorite.
Just pansy boys.
Yeah, but this scene made no sense to me. So when Frasier is at the restaurant, when they all go to this Crate and Barrel type countryside.
Crate and Barrel?
No, not Crate and Barrel. Right? That's a restaurant, right? It's called Crate and Barrel. No, not the store. What's the one that's called like something Barrel?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Like countryside diner.
Have you ever been inside a Cracker Barrel?
I think so.
I've never been inside a Cracker Barrel.
I've been in a place like that many times.
Have you been to an actual Cracker Barrel?
I think I have.
Have you been to a Waffle House?
No, I don't think so.
They're great.
I don't think so. Damn.
All right, go on.
All right, so I loved this scene because I feel like this scene was a microcosm of the entire show of Frasier.
Okay.
Right? Because it's a city boy. So he called himself a city mouse,
Yeah.
but I thought he said city mouth.
Oh, when he went
which-
up to the
to the
guy.
trucker.
Yeah, yeah.
So Frasier, who's this intellectual, goes up to this trucker, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he-
sitting
and he-
at the dining.
And he's trying to connect to the countryside people, right? He's
right.
just trying to relate. And he says, I'm just this. He said city mouse.
Yeah.
But they should have just said city mouth. Like, because he's just a mouth. He has a lot of, like, babble. He has a lot of city babble.
Yeah,
to
City
say.
Mouth would be a good name for
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Trying to reconnect with America.
He's trying to reconnect with America. Yeah, the roots of America.
And the country bumpkin.
Yeah, and he says to him, like,
Something very eloquent.
yeah. And the country bumpkin replies back, not with anything you would expect, right? Not with anything country-ish.
Right.
But with this, I'm a deep soul too, with thoughts in here.
Right.
But that was very homosexual for that trucker to do. Because he acted in that moment like Frasier was trying to pick him up and get into the depths of his soul instead of just talking like two guys. Like that trucker started playing a weird homoerotic game with Frasier.
I read it 1,000% differently.
Okay, that's how I read it. I want to hear how you read it.
The trucker guy thought Frasier was being condescending towards him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, fuck you. Like, you expect me to say something. Oh, just driving. Oh, just enjoying this waffle. Oh, yeah, the weather's important to me. But he hit him with some, I'm a deeply flawed, deeply in whatever individual. So he was just showing some intellect.
But I see. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. I just didn't think Frasier was being that condescending. He just said he's a city mouse trying to connect with. There's nothing condescending about saying I'm from the city trying to connect with people from the country.
That's very
That guy
condescending.
is from the country.
That's very condescending.
There's nothing condescending. The two are disconnected. No one is saying one is better than the other. We're
One
just
is definitely
two
better
different
than
worlds. You're condescending. You think it's condescending because you're condescending.
It is.
I think it's homoerotic, but not because I'm gay.
but not because I'm.
But not because I'm gay.
I think it's condescending, but not because I'm condescending. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think we've gone way too deep into the weeds of an individual episode of Frasier.
I thought that was the whole idea of this fucking podcast, bro. I thought we were gonna dive into this episode. I thought we were gonna dive right in. Okay, so the father is probably my favorite character.
Of course,
given that
he's
one,
great.
given that one episode.
He's great.
The
Let
father.
me tell you something. That was a poor episode of Frasier.
I thought it was kind of entertaining.
I've
you know,
seen
Nigel.
a lot. They're
being
only better.
Niles
They only
being
get
stolen.
better.
Okay.
You know?
All right, you've probably seen more than me. For me, it's like a blank slate. That was
Yeah,
a
we
blank
gotta go
slate.
back to season 2 or 3 or something.
All right, so I guess we haven't concluded anything
No.
other than I think Frasier has homoerotic overtones. You think
He's just condescending.
he's just condescending.
Yeah.
But you think city people are better than country people?
I never said that.
You just said that. In the words of, I'm going to quote Ashkan, like rewind the tapes.
Yeah.
Or something like
What does he
that.
say?
He had a perfect quote.
What did he say?
Run it back. Rewind that.
No, he doesn't say run it back.
Play back the tapes.
No. What does he say? Damn it. This is why we need a third guy.
We need.
That's why we went to Frasier today, because we needed a third.
All right. Next Frasier podcast we do, we need Ashkan here. for
Okay.
that.
He might not sit through a whole episode, but
He loves it. He's the one that loves it.
check the
He's
tapes.
the one that check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
Check the
That's it.
tapes.
Check the tapes. Check the tapes.
We should go back and watch that part of the episode.
The
after.
trucker part.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we're at 24 minutes, so
Great.
are we done, or is there anything else? We can do one more segment if you want.
All right.
What do you want to do it about?
Freestyle battle.
We're not doing a freestyle battle.
That's all I
Rap
got.
against Mello?
That's all I got.
Okay. Well, all right.
I'm a man, you a cat. What's up now? You sleeping and I'm awake. Yeah, for show. Meow, meow, meow. Fo show. You a cat in the meow.
Mello, can you reply anything back? Do you want to go outside? All right. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Good job, Mello. Thank you. Bye. Ever a single movement.
pure poetry, so it's nothing but some poets that are flowing with me. Point guard, quarterback, fire juice. Go hard, never whack, fire juice. I got my homie on my soul on my